Hello everyone and welcome back to Conquest, where today I think we're going to go for more of a relaxed challenge today just to test my building skills. So I've been reading the comments, saw a decent challenge that said to get 1,000,000 power in a sector. And you know, I don't even know if that's possible, but if we head into 182 here, which is the one with this much thermal, we can see that we have a grand total of 328,000. And that's taking up all of this stuff. So it's going to be very difficult to get 1,000,000 power, but I'd like to give it a try, you know? So why don't we just go ahead and try that this episode? We're going to need to build a lot of power nodes, and maybe it won't even be in this sector. Because if we look on the map here, there's no thorium. So we can't run RTGs, we can't run thorium reactors. We'd have to explicitly and exclusively run impacts. There's no titanium here either. Now, I don't know if there is scrap or not. I don't see any. So maybe that we won't do it in this sector. We're going to have to find a different sector that has all of those materials available so we can actually make some of the more power-intensive buildings. So I guess let's first of all find the sector to do it in. Thorium and titanium. And this one's got water as well, so this one could be good, depending on how big it is. Okay. I do not remember what happened here, but we built a retirement home for this guy, so that guy must have done something important. Let's see, we got some thorium veins, we got plenty of coal. Is there sand here? There's no sand. There is sand, but that's it. Okay, that's not going to work out. So we're going to mark this down as a potential. Let's just put a circle on it, and then keep looking. I think I might have found the contender. 67. Smaller sector, but large veins of thorium, specifically this one. Bro, that's a lot. We can run a lot of things with that. Plenty of veins over here and here. We've got titanium in quite large veins. We got a huge pocket of water up here and here, and plenty of space to work with. No sand, though. That's kind of our problem. I'll mark this one down as well with a circle. We'll keep looking, but 67 might be the one. Okay, so here's another one. I think this is sector 62. It is. I believe we did this in the last episode even. It's got basically everything that we need here. The thorium veins aren't as large, but that's okay. There's plenty of sand around here. We got water in a couple of places, and we got a lot of oil. So we could do like oil to coal to steam if we wanted to. That is an option. I don't think that produces a lot of power, but it does produce some. We could also use it to make our silicon, which is good. I think we might first try it here. I think that would make sense. Now, you know, ideally we would find the 10 out of 10 sector and do it there because, you know, it's 10 out of 10. But we haven't found it yet. So I think we're just going to try it with this. And then if this doesn't work, we'll fall back to 67. Okay, let's give it a try. First of all, we need to get our exports in, and we need to get rid of all of the other buildings in this sector because this was the, I think the medium threat we did last time. Yeah, we don't really need this anymore. We have the high threat. It's fine. Alrighty, exports have been acquired. I also went ahead and set up a little poly factory. Eventually, we're going to take these RTGs out because we need to make it completely self-sustained million power in here, so those are going to go. But for now, we're going to use them to clear out the area, get rid of these boulders, get rid of the power nodes, get rid of the old buildings, you know. Get rid of this janky defense. Okay, there we go. Got all the buildings cleared out. I guess we can go around clearing boulders while we look at everything we got to work with. So I'd like to find a nice place to build phase fabric that doesn't take up too much of the thorium. Maybe in this corner here, because we could probably get, let's see, if we put a big drill, we probably can get a decent amount out of that. We'd have to pipe water over here, so I don't really want to use that much space. So if we do this and then plug it in, so this is making 4.8, 1.6, 1.28. So that's enough for less than one, no, more than one. So, oh god dang it. Okay, so this makes 4.86 plus 1.6. That's like less than 6, I think. Or a little more than 6. Dude, am I dumb? Let me just do the math. God. This is going to be a very math-heavy episode, by the way. We're going to have to add up things to make sure everything works just perfectly. 7.74? Are you kidding me? That's 8.06. Okay. Oh my god. Well, it's super janky, but that's enough to run exactly 2 phase factories. Now we could also take some from here, so let me try to get that sorted. 1.9, 1.6, and 0.96. Okay, that's actually perfect, so we can run 3 phase factories over here. The water I'd also like to pipe in from somewhere because running the water extractors is very expensive. 90 per second when we could run that entire thing off of 1 rotary pump for 18 power. So let's just do it, and then if this sucks and we have to move the pipe later, then that's okay. So if we have 3, we have 3 phase weavers, we're making 1.5 phase per second, which means we can run 7 overdrive domes. That's not a lot, but it is something. We're going to have to be very precise about where we put these, or we're going to have to make more phase fabric. And then again, we could also just use normal overdrive domes, but not put phase fabric in them to get an extra 50%. The thing is, though, these take 0.2 per second. Do they boost themselves? Because if they don't, and we boost this, our production is going to go way up. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we're definitely going to use one of them over here just to boost production. Hopefully it works the way that I think it does. I believe this should work. Phase fabric is going to come out. This is really janky. It's okay though, because we're just going to shove it into a vault right here. And this will act as the buffer here to make sure that we're not using more than we're producing. Okay, so now I guess the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we have a overdrive dome working here. Then we need to make a silicon. I don't think we need that much of this, you know? We need 0.2. So why don't we just do this? And there we go. That should be enough silicon to run that entirely. Eventually, it's going to get better power, obviously. But for now, that works. Okay, so why don't we do our first actual power generation by mining 0.62 thorium. So this is making 1.6 per second. Now, this is not worthy of being boosted like that, so we're just going to use a normal overdrive projector. We're going to put it here. We need to power that as well. But let's just think. 1.6 per second. RTGs take 1 over 14. We should be able to run 22.4 RTGs off of just that. So we're going to place 22 of them. And that is just off of this little laser drill right here. All of these are boosted by a 50% overdrive. So how much power is this making already? 8.6K. Considering that we mined a single vein of thorium, that's pretty good. And that only takes about 1.5 to run, so that's pretty good. Okay, we're just going to throw down solar panels in here because we're going to have to do that basically everywhere anyway. So we might as well start just over here. So hopefully these will eventually fill up with thorium. I think we're making a little bit extra than we are like consuming, so I think that should be fine. Looks like everything's good, and we're already up to like 4,000 power. We need to basically make impacts, we need to make more RTGs, we need to use all this coal, and we need to shove the entire place full of solar panels. So I think we're going to use this other patch of thorium here. I think we're just going to put a water extractor on this, connect it up like that. How much is this making? 1.6. That's the exact same down here, so we need 22 more RTGs. All right, there's 22 more right there. Fill the rest of that in with solar panels. And there we go, there's some more power. Now we're up to 11K. Hopefully this one will also fill up eventually. I think we're good. We're gonna have to come back and check on this. I'm not really sure, because some of these just like aren't getting anything. I'm gonna save this for later. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I'm just gonna go try to find all of the small veins around here and just RTG them up, because that's really the only thing they're gonna be good for. Like this one here, we need another 22 because it's just 5 pieces. All right, so here's another one done. We're getting a solid 8,000 out of that. Looking good. Okay, so now let's see what else are we going to try to get done. I guess we could also do this. 17.92, so we can only do 17. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. If I could, I could do another one of these with another 0.12. I don't think that's going to be worth it, though. So let's just build our 17. We'll have a little bit of backlog over here. Probably for the better anyway that we have backlog, so it doesn't like trip out when we're trying to actually get an accurate power reading. All right, there we go. Got that down. That should be all good. We're getting another 6.4K out of that. So I think for now, why don't we go try to find a place to put a large array of impact reactors. Maybe over here. There's not much going on here. So 2 blast mixers will run 3 of these, and 4 cryo mixers will run 3 of these as well. So why don't we just go make a huge cryofluid thing down here. Okay, so that should be everything. This should be filling up, being completely made. So now we also need to do is we need to put this in here, which means we need to run over here. Well, honestly, what we're going to do is we're just going to make silicon on site every time, because that seems way easier. 2 phase lines. I just want to be sure that we don't mess this up somehow. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. So we're going to have to build a blast compound somewhere we can get this over here nicely. Gonna be kind of awkward, but it should be fine. All right, so then we need a 12 total lead per second. That is quite a bit. All right, that's way more than we need, but that'll do just fine. We're also going to need 12 sand. 11.1, seriously? Okay, so that's all 12 sand that we need. 11.1 plus 1.2, there we go. Little bit janky, but whatever. We don't need that much coal. I think we only need... It's 0.75, right? We only need 6 coal, and I believe one of these makes 2, so let's just do 4 of them just to be sure we're getting enough. Now, the thing about this is we also need to boost this entire place. I don't think this is going to fit, so I think I'm just going to put it here. Yep, and then I think we're just going to have to upgrade the coal factory because we're going to need more coal. So why don't we just go ahead and do that real quick before it's too late. All right, so there's that. That should be good. Now we just need to make another silicon out here. I believe I could just route off a piece of coal right here, put straight into a silicon factory because, again, we only need 0.2. Make it on site is the easiest way to do it. So now each one of the blast mixers needs 0.75 spores per second. I'm fairly certain on normal spore grass, that's 1 to 1. So we just need 6 of these. We need 8 of them, bro. So now we need, of course, water, though. So let's go grab a couple pumps here. Alrighty, spores are coming in. I think we're still making plenty. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, so blast compound is going to come out through here. Let's try to run this into a place that is, you know, kind of convenient, you know? Alright, so this should be now everything hooked up. Blast compound's being made. It's not powered all the way, but that's to be expected. So why don't we just go grab... Hold on, let's just do a little transmitter here. There we go, and then we can hook this power node up to that. And now this should be fully powered, so that's all of that being done. This is also completely boosted fully. The conveyors are not. Okay, yep, I think that should be good. We also need to just turn these on now. So now that's boosted. We're up to, what are we at now? 30K? Build this one, so now these two can go in, not all of them. Okay, you know what? That's okay. Okay, but now that everything's kicked on, we need to make sure that our blast compound is still coming in at the right rate. Okay, now it doesn't look like it's actually getting over here fast enough, which is bad. So I think the only course of action for this is to not do a conveyor belt, and instead we just use mass drivers. Now we can chop out this line as we don't actually need it anymore. And there we go. Okay, so now all of that is going over there completely. Are we not making enough blast compound? I find it hard to believe that. Oh, we're not running out of spores. Oh, yeah, because they're not insanely boosted, are they? Yeah, that would do it. Okay, well, I know how to fix that. Let's just make more. It's fine. That should solve that problem, hopefully. And now we should actually be making enough blast compound to run the things that we need. And there we go. Power's kicking back on. Everything is good. Okay, there we go. 12 impact reactors. Now, if we wanted to do this again... we'd have to find a new patch of lead to mine. We could use this one. We could use more oil from here. I think we'd have to put down another overdrive dome, maybe over here. All right, we're up to 200,000 already. Wow, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to grab another one of these. That'll get us up to maybe 400 or 350. And then I think we're going to be cooked on those because I don't think we have enough lead left to do it. So we're going to have to figure out more creative ways. Maybe we'll use some thorium reactors. Maybe we'll use more RTGs. Maybe we'll just spam the entire place with solar panels. I really don't know, but let's just work on getting another one of these down. So now we need to figure out a place that we're also going to put this other factories. I'm thinking we put another overdrive here. Like maybe like up here. We might be able to fit in everything that we need. Minus like titanium. Titanium is going to be the problem because the titanium's down here. So we might have to put another one here, or we just figure out how much we need. So we need like 20? Okay, so I think we can actually just get that without boosting it over here. 12, 15, perfect. That's exactly all the titanium that we need. If we put it centralized, then we might be able to get... ooh, hang on. There. I think that's perfect. That should get all the lead that we need. Okay, I kind of got that in a weird place. This thorium is going to be weird to get out as well, so let's just put this down just to be sure that we need this as like a constraint. That is a miracle. I don't know how we managed to get that to fit in. Okay, so which way are you going? I think that works, right? This will split off down, right? Yeah, oh, dude, amazing. Okay. Yep, getting water in here is going to be really weird. Okay, there we go. Now they all have water. That was extremely awkward, but they're all boosted, and titanium, I think, should be fine. Dear Lord, what a mess. Oh my god, that's a miracle that actually worked. Oh my god. Okay, well, it did, though. So the cryofluid's in. Now we have to fit in 4 of these, or two of these whole things. So we're going to somehow fit this in this little space over here. Like there. And that's all still within the radius. Oh my god. Dude, this is a nightmare. How compact you have to make these things is ridiculous. Ridiculous! Now we need to get lead in here, but we have our lead line down here, so I should have flipped these. Hopefully we're actually making enough lead for this. Hopefully that should be enough coal. I would assume so. I don't know if that's going to be enough sand. We're going to have to keep an eye out on that. I could just throw in some extra sand things just here that aren't boosted, but just to help out a little bit. Who are you going to call? Strifer! Wow, that's crazy! Now we're getting our blast compound. I don't even know where the output is. I'm gonna be honest, I can't even see it. Alright, and look at that. We are spinning up. Everything is fully spun up. Our total power is now 370,000. I don't know if this is even gonna be possible here, but we're gonna try everything in our power to get all the way up there. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around. We're gonna do some janky math, and we're gonna throw in as many RTGs as we possibly can on all of the bigger thorium veins. Solid 112 RTGs from these two. Oh my god, okay. $112. Oh my god. Bro. Ay, dude. What are we up to now? 400,000? Nice. Alright, well, I think we're just gonna set up the majority of the rest of these thorium veins down here, especially. Maybe over here we'll try to do thorium reactors because there is some titanium there and water right there. And then hopefully we can actually find enough lead and titanium on the map to build more impacts. Alrighty, so I think we're good. We are getting a total of now 638,000. That's pretty good, but still, we're about 2/3 the way there. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to be able to make it. We're going to have to start spamming solar panels, boys. But we're making good progress. Okay, I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start spamming RTGs again. I don't really want to be spamming RTGs. I want to try other things, but we're running out of space, and I don't think thorium reactors are actually that much better. Actually, let's go take a look. So 1 thorium for 6 seconds makes 900 power per second times 6 seconds. So that's 5,400 power units. RTGs, on the other hand, do 270 times 14. That's 3,700. So thorium reactors are better, but I think they take up more space. And that is not something that I have right now. We could try it over here, but honestly, I think RTGs are just going to be the only way to get this done. So let's just do this vein over here, shall we? Oh my god, look at all of these, dude. If we could get a dome over here, that might be the best way to do that. Wow, we are almost out of lead and silicon just because of how expensive these things are. Holy dude. And run it in just like that. And now that's overdrive boosted, overdrive domed, and now we're up to 750k, 3/4 of the way there. And we still have a couple veins of thorium here. It's going to get tight. We could probably get a good 2 whole drills out of that. So that's a good 153.02. So let's do 152 just to make sure that we are producing enough. I don't want to have anything not making as what it could, you know. That didn't really make sense, but we need 152. 51 and 52. Oh my god, there we go. Okay, there we go. We got that all set up. I think some of these are going to eventually run out, but that's fine. So right now we are at 818k steady. Sweet. So that's another 49 of them. Good grief. The amount of RTGs here is ridiculous. And there we have it. Another whole set of RTGs down. Now we need to actually boost these as well. So we need to, let's just chop out 2 of these, put 2 more on the outside, there and there, I suppose, and then we can put in the overdrives right there. Let that spin up for a second, and now we're rocking a total of 838, so that gave us an extra 20k. We might start pumping some oil up into certain places, maybe especially over here, because there's a nice place we can get a couple of phase lines, I think. We're going to have to start pumping oil over here, maybe making some oil to coal to steam power. Probably going to end up doing that. You know what? Why don't we just do that now since we're waiting for silicon to get here? Now, 1 coal centrifuge takes 6 per second, so 118 over 6, whatever that number is. We can put 18 coal centrifuges down. Now, a coal centrifuge will make 2 coal per second. A steam generator takes 1 coal every 1.5 seconds. So what we do is we put a coal centrifuge in here, run an oil line like that, and then all we need to do is get water into here. This is a very not square structure, unfortunately, but it will do for what we need it to. So basically we can run 18 of these kind of structures, and that should provide water in everything and get a whole bunch of additional power. Now we're at 851k. All right, so I think we should in fact add another 18 of these over here. It's going to be really awkward when we're trying to place all this down, but I think we can do it. And there we go. Okay, so now we should be getting water up there. Power should be all in, and now we are up to 867k. Up, that dropped down to 4. It's fine. 864,000. We're almost there. Home stretch. We got 2 veins of thorium that we can use, and we are going to use them. Okay, so I know we needed 79, but I managed to fit 75 more, so we're only 4 short. But we've connected basically everything together, so I think that's actually going to work out better. We can also do is we can chop this one out right there to add a boost, and then add 1 more down here, because I just found a space for it. That should be good, and we're going to run out of silicon again, so we're just going to be kind of sitting here. All right, so that's all built in. Everything is boosted, minus like 1 or 2 of them, but I think it's going to be fine. We are now rocking 900 and, well, we're getting up to 938, looks like. Fluctuating a little bit, but that is to be expected with the amount of power that is being produced right now. I did remember that we put in another air blast drill right here. Hey, and there we go. So that should hopefully... I don't even think this is connected to anything. It really isn't. So I guess we can check before and after. 925 now? I think we lost a little bit somewhere. I don't know where. I don't really care. Connect that together, and now we're at 970. Okay, let's spend our last little bit making a power producer that we haven't really done yet. Mostly because, you know, spamming RTGs everywhere is kind of boring. So let's spice it up a bit, you know? Let's add some thorium reactors in here. And I should have a blueprint for these. I do. So let's rotate this around, and we're just going to place as many as we can fit. Now, I did get a little bit annoyed of the silicon problem, so I went ahead and I made 223 launch silicon directly over to here because I don't like waiting around for it. I'm getting sick of it. We should be getting a shipment of around 15,000 soon. Now, I know there is a way to have logic, like make sure that these don't violently explode, but I don't know the logic, and at this point I'm too lazy to figure it out, so let's just do this. Dude, I wasn't even paying attention. Why did that have to happen, man? Come on. What even happened there? And my polys are dead. Dang it! And it looks like that reactor either blew up some water or one of the power nodes connecting the water, and now our impact reactors over here shut off. I think that would be why. One of the cryofluid things was not connected. So we are going to build this one at a time and watch everything happen. This is good. Very good. There we go. Very good. Great! Alright, we're doing great so far. Don't blow up. Thank you. So I think that's going to be it. So let's turn the speed back down. I was waiting for my polys to get rebuilt, and we are now at 1 million. Let's go, dude. We only had one catastrophic thing happen, and it was not that bad because it just shut off some impact reactors. But we're good. 1 million power has been achieved. So theoretically, 50,000 power in a battery, right? That's 100,000 right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1 million power in this battery, right? Theoretically, if I connect this, this battery should fill up in 1 second. Bro! All right, look at that. That is how you make some power, fellas. This entire sector has been turned into purely power generation. Now, if we could launch power like we could launch pads, I would never have to worry about power again. I don't think this would ever turn off, minus the thorium reactors exploding. But that's okay. Now that I think about it, the only thing we're missing is differential generators, but they just aren't worth it, because at the point you're making cryofluid and pyrite, you may as well just make blast compound and run an impact. Solar panels, we got some throughout the place, but they're kind of weird depending on what time of day it is, because apparently it's night right now, and you're only getting 35. The reason it doesn't look like night is because you can't see very well in the dark, so I turned off the night lighting. And the only other thing we're not using is combustion and thermal. Thermal, there's no thermal here. Unfortunate, but whatever. And combustion, you know, I guess we could make some combustion, right? Just for the culture. Why don't we do that? Bam, right here. This is where it's at, fellas. Completely self-sustaining at 198 extra power. That is how it's done. Now this is the best generator in the sector. And I think with that being said, we're going to call it for this episode. 1 million power has been achieved. Impacts, RTGs, thorium reactors, a little bit of steam, and most importantly, the combustion generator. Goodbye.